I am in Art and Identity. Dr. Mark Perry teaches this class, and you want to say why we choose?
Oh no, you don't have to say why you choose it. Just things that surprise you about the class, about your own writing or learning in the class.
Okay, some things that surprised me about the class. I consider myself very knowledgeable of, African American history, Black history all over. So when I first came into the class, I felt kind of like, oh, I got this. I know all this stuff. So, and I'm not gonna say I wasn't expecting to learn anything new, but I was expecting to grasp everything. And just last night, I was doing a reading about blackface minstrelsy in Zulu, the Zulu parade, and I did not understand this reading at all, like at all. So when I got to class today, I started asking questions, and through these questions, I got so many answers that led to other questions that were not answered. So it makes me keep wanting to learn about it, keep wanting to find out more about it, and that's how I feel like learning and knowledge should go. Like I feel like that should go hand in hand. Like when you learn something in class, or if you learn something new in class, don't just let that learning be in class. Like when you get home, look it up, ask your parents about it, ask your friend about it,
For me, I take the same art and identity class, and unlike Quincy, I was not that knowledgeable about African American history, Black history, and every text that we read, everything that we go over class, every definition of things like that is new to me, and it's amazing, and I feel very privileged and honored to be in a class like this, because it's not in regular high school classes. You don't learn about things that we learn about in there. So just getting the opportunity to actually sit down and have a conversation and learn all these new things about my history, our history, is amazing. So it's all it's kind of overwhelming, but not overwhelming at the same time. Oh, I touched myself.
I attend the Black Feminist Thought class, and I was kind of worried because I thought it would be like a major debate every day, trying to defend my aspect of it. But it's really not. It's more of it opened my mind to realize that Black feminism is a all-inclusive and diversified fight for oppression, against oppression in society. And another thing that kind of scared me the first day on the syllabus, I saw 20 pages paper. I was like, oh wait. But I actually took that as a challenge to complete the course.
Okay, so I'm in literary journal workshop, and whenever I was going to the class, I was ready to get this done, and I was going to publish it, and it was going to be great. But I came to realize that whenever you're trying to figure out how to do something for the first time and get something put out into the world, you actually have to look at what other people have done in the past, as well as learn from what they did and view how they did it, or figure out what you want in it. And so our class, the big debate was like, what kind of website builder do we want to use? Like, because there's different website builders and they look different, and they also some of them look tacky and some of them don't look right, and some of them you have to pay for. So we had to keep in mind about all of those things. And like, it just takes it took a lot more energy to get this going, and we're like actually just now starting to get to the website building.
Ariana was next.
So I'm in the same class as Quincy and Regine, African American identity, and it's the same experience for me. So I feel like I was pretty well-rounded on African American history, and when I got to this class, it was I've heard of almost everything that we learned about, but it was just not in the context that I heard it. Like in high school, you get pretty much the same story, like from middle school to, the same story of history over and over again. And this was new to me. Like it was just so much deeper in context, and it was just a whole lot of stuff that I never even heard of. And I was just like really surprised. So like every day, like every time I go to this class is like really a challenge for me because it's really like a class that you just can't go through and just sit through it. You like really have to focus and put your thinking cap on. So that was the surprise for me. Like I thought I was just going to have it all together, and it's just like, whew, just like
Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm in the Black Feminist Thought class. Originally I signed up and was like, yes, Black women power. I'm gonna take this class because it is me. And then I got to the class, and I was, as we go through the text and we read things by different authors, the first thing I realized is how many layers there were to Black women. As a whole, not just wow, she's dark, she's light, Black women. No. My appreciation for them and myself and my mother and any Black woman has grown. And I'm able to apply what I learned in that class to life in general. Like I don't remember who said it earlier, but Black history really is American history. And what I learned in that class is how true that is. And that everywhere, like every role that you see played in society, there is a Black woman. And so whether or not, you go to your regular history class, they're going to say it, there is. And a lot of things written in your history class, the way it's phrased makes it sound, very little. It's very degrading. But if you do your history and you take classes like art and identity, you take Black feminist thought, you know the truth. So when you read it, you're like, that's not right. But I know. So now that you know, you need to tell someone else.
The class that I am in for my elective is the summer plan. I take contemporary art class. It's a class based around, we're looking at old pieces of art, photography, everything that forms around the word art. Like, the reason that I'm interested in it, because I never thought, I've always been interested in art. Art is something that I really enjoy looking at, and I like it because it's different, but I haven't found any art that just meets my particular taste. So it allows us to look at all these different types of passages and how art is supposed to be and how it's not supposed to be, what you need to keep in, what you need to take out, how can you go to all these, I mean, realize that art is not just a painting. Like, there's artists in New York who can create things. For example, I don't know anyone out, but they've done live sculptures, things that are dealing with nature. They built holes, humongous holes in the ground, and said, this is art. And I never thought that was art, but when I look at it, it's like, this is really art. Like, I like this because it's something different. They've done things in the water where they just put the rocks in schools. So I like it, it's really nice. Once you go into like a really deep meaning of appreciation.